All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the CBC Wisdom Hour, episode number 158 for Tuesday, November 23rd, 2021. I'm Steve Witchell in New Orleans.
Tony B, the Fabulous T, coming to you live from New Jersey.
Did I
What's
interrupt you doing
happening?
something there? Were you eating your?
I was telling my guy to calm down over there. He was getting all amped up about the lighting.
Oh yeah, well the lighting is spectacular
because we were going live, and he was having a little bit of a meltdown. Yeah, I revamped the lighting in here a little bit, so I'm liking it better now.
It looks very good. If you're watching here live, come on in and say hi. We are broadcasting at it is 8:02 p.m. Eastern time, which is 5:02 p.m. Pacific time, and a completely different time if you are not in the United States. But come on in and say hi. Tell us where you're from, and we're going to talk. We have a topic today we will discuss.
Which Steve, no matter what time it is, it's wisdom time.
It is always wisdom time. You're gonna like the topic today, Tony. It is right in your wheelhouse.
Okay, I'm liking it already.
It refers to something or a theme, perhaps, that you've been posting this week with your thought for the day things. So, but don't give it away.
That be, Steve?
Don't give it away. I did put it in the description. So if anybody reads the description, they'll know. But if you're listening to us on the audio podcast, thank you as always. We appreciate all the downloads and all the listens. And you can catch this live on video or replay in the Cover Band Central Facebook group, in the Cover Band Central Facebook page, or the Cover Band Central YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to. There's a link in the description. Please subscribe. We need to get subscribers and build up the whole YouTube thing. And that's why we're doing this live all across all these social tiers.
Subscribe and describe.
It helps us tremendously with our ultimate mission. So,
yes, our endeavors.
Yes. So we would like you to do that.
Subscribe.
And people just filing in right now, they show up fashionably late, and that's fine.
Piling in, Steve's piling in.
Well, there was a long line at the door, and they had to wait to get in. But again, if you're coming in now and you're watching us live, come say hello. Tell us where you're from, and we will acknowledge you.
And there's no cover until 8:30.
That's right. And if you're
early bird special,
yeah, and if you're in Central Time, then 8:30 will be when the show is already over. So
yeah, but first half hour is no cover.
Right. It's free. We should start charging for this.
Free.
Maybe we should start charging for this every week. Maybe that'll get us more.
I'm going to start charging you, Steve.
Okay.
$1 an episode.
$1, I can handle that.
Yeah.
I could give you $158 right now.
We'll start off easy. That's right. No.
Okay.
Keep it in escrow.
Marianne's in Ireland. She says happy Thanksgiving.
Marianne, check in. Happy Thanksgiving.
She's a big participant in Cover Band Central. She's one of the moderators in the group, and has her band, the Tearaways, over in Ireland. They're hardworking folks over there. Really good. So, what's going on? You play this weekend?
I did. I played on Sunday. Great gig indoors. It was a little chilly out. Rained later on in the evening, but packed house. Like I said, great show. I'm playing tomorrow night.
Nice.
Thanksgiving Eve. Yep. So that should be a blast too.
Biggest party night of the year.
Oh yeah.
In many places.
Yeah, no, every place up by us is they're having bands. Bands are back in full force this year, so everyone's got bands going.
Yeah, it seems like everything is pretty much back to like normal. I'm still wearing a mask going out, but I'm going to stores and I'm seeing people just willy-nilly breathing all the air and germs around them.
That's good.
Not caring. You all right?
I'm good. Spreading it.
You got to hit the cough button when you do that because you don't want to infect anybody.
Cough button. Okay.
Yeah. Again, new people.
I have plexiglass. That's right. Leo just said plexiglass is important.
Right. Good old Leo.
Plexi on both sides. This way, everyone's protected.
Yeah. Again, a lot of new people coming in here to watch it. Come say hello. Tell us where you're from. We want to know where in the world you are and what in the world you're doing watching us.
Yeah. And what's happening in your part of the world right now.
Right.
Otherworldly things.
Yes. So I got an offer again. I've been getting offers. Like, I'm not trying. We talked about this last week. I'm not trying to get work.
Just rolling into you, Steve.
Focusing 100% on CBC, and people are calling me. So I can't give you the details yet, but there is something that it looks like it's going to happen.
So CBC really now stands for clients be calling.
Ooh, I like that. There you go.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of new people just coming in. Say hello. Tell us where you're from, and tell us you're watching us live right now. Live
from New York. It's Tuesday night.
Right.
Wizdumb hour.
And from New Orleans. But yes, I met with some people yesterday, and some people, and it looks like that new thing is going to be starting next week. I was told that I cannot tell anybody the specifics. So
NDA, you've signed an NDA.
I have to keep it zipped, but it looks like I'll be playing somewhat of a regular basis again.
Okay.
Starting next week, which again, I don't really need to right now. I always want to play. It's just good to get out and be around people and be on stage and playing music and get paid for it. Those are all good things. But
all positive things right there, Steve. All very important things you should be giving thanks for all these opportunities coming your way.
Right.
As Thanksgiving,
Yes, as I am and do. And Susan says, hello, CBC. Great to see you. Susan sings Big Deal. Awesome. Dean from Ontario. Dean and Sandy. Dean from Ontario, Canada. And Peter said he's not much happening over in Australia where he is.
Dino, not much happening in Australia right now, mate.
The entire country, there's nothing happening. It's a whole continent, and there's nothing happening.
Nothing going on.
That's a shame. But I've been really
far away. It takes a while for news to travel back this way. So
that's true.
Unless
you're on the internet and it's live.
Could be, maybe.
Yeah.
Milliseconds, Steve. Microseconds.
Right. You don't even notice.
Do tell.
So yeah, I've been focusing on the Reels thing. I don't know if I've talked about it. Have I talked about it here on the air or just with you?
I saw a great Reels today where some guy was talking to another guy about set lists or something, and then Taco Bell thing went off and the guy ran away. Like, I don't know what's going on with all these commercials lately, but it's like it's rampant, dude. It's crazy.
Did you like that one?
I liked it. It was good.
Okay. Did you see the tuning one?
No, I did not.
Maybe I should show it. No.
Maybe I should. Is that like you can tune a guitar, but you can't tune a fish?
No, I'm just having so much fun with these. I really should show at least one, I think, because I want to talk about this for a minute. Reels for people who don't know, Reels are basically short videos that loop, and it really originated with TikTok. And then Instagram started doing Reels, which is what they called it, but they're
keeping it real.
Keeping it real with Reels, but they're basically just TikTok videos. And now Facebook has been doing it as well. And Cover Band Central, because it's such a big following, was invited to be a participant in this Reels thing where they're incentivizing us to make them. So I've been studying how to do it and been practicing and shooting all sorts of nonsense, mostly really ridiculous stuff, but very related to music. And I'm no actor.
But they're really real Reels.
They sure are really real. And so I've been making them and just coming up with sort of scenarios and filming them, acting them out as different characters, and then editing all together, sometimes adding music, and it's been so much fun. So it's gonna jump to the question, which I'll say now is about gratitude, and we'll get to your answers in a minute. We want to know.
I thought the question was going to be about really how you keep the Reels real, and you're really doing a real job of really doing that with the Reels.
All right. So this is one that I just uploaded, that I just filmed and uploaded last night. And it took me, I got the idea yesterday, and it took me maybe 2 hours total to film it. And my phone is ringing, to film it and edit it and all that. So I'll show Tony. This is one Tony was referring
we got
to.
a big show coming up. We got to talk about set list. Do we have to? Yes. Like I said, big show. All right. What do you think about Sweet Home Alabama? No. Don't Stop Believing? No. How about Jesse's Girl? No. How about Mustang Sally? Where you go? All right, we got a big show.
And there you have it.
There you have big things going on there.
It's a mock Taco Bell commercial, basically. So I'll show you this one, since you said you haven't seen it. And for me, I'll just say before I show it, one of the funniest things to me is things that are out of tune. It's just always hilarious to me when I hear out of tune. I don't know why, but Angelo's in the Philippines. Hello, Angelo. Thanks for joining us.
It's always interesting when you hear someone out of tune and they don't realize they're out of tune.
Right. Joe's in Brockway, Pennsylvania. What's up, Joe?
Brockway Beach.
Henry just said great, and there you go. And
Henry
Facebook user said, hope I'm feeling much better. I feel fine. I feel like a normal human being. But that's in the group. If you're in the group, you need to click the link that lets StreamYard show your name. It's in the description, and that's all it says. So I'll show you this one since you haven't seen it, and show the audience, and then talk a little bit more about this, and then move on. But yeah, here you go.
How long are you going to be tuning that thing? Relax, dude. These are new strings. Yeah, that should be good.
And there you have it.
There you have it. Tune them up. It's like the Tom and Jerry cartoon. You remember when you were a kid, Tom and Jerry?
Of course.
And you remember when Jerry's cousin Kremble came to town? And he's a guitar player. He's a little guitar playing mouse. And he kept plucking Tom's whiskers out and putting in his guitar and going and tuning up his guitar. And then he would sing the song. And then he'd break the string. And then he would go and pluck another one of his whiskers out. Look it up. Look it up.
How on earth do you remember that?
I have an excellent memory.
No kid. For a cartoon, for a Tom and Jerry episode.
Tom and Jerry. Crimbo killed, rah, rah, rah. He'd be playing along and he'd break the string just like that, Johnny. That's right. Johnny remembers it. That's right. Johnny's it. Yeah, see? Pete too. Pete remembers. They're all both yelling out.
I'm getting a little concerned with the fantasy land you're living in over there.
Excited. What are you talking about? I got a whole crew of people over here every week. Right. This is episode 158. Big round of applause.
All right.
Doing a great job. Thank you.
It has to be when we're
You need to get someone to kill your fruit flies and get people like I have, Steve. Your life would be a lot easier. Look at this lighting. I got all kinds of people working on stuff. It's no fantasy land.
All right.
It's a real deal, man. Tuesday night party here.
I'll put an ad out for a Tuesday night party.
Yes.
Wait, a Tuesday night party fruit fly killer.
Yeah.
It pays $5 an hour.
It'd be a fruit fly killer.
No, it pays $1 an hour.
$1 an hour.
It pays $1 per kill. How about that? So and you have to show your work.
The fruit fly killer.
So anyway, so you played
an hour.
You played this weekend, and you're playing tomorrow, and I will probably be starting playing next week. So we'll have more gig.
And I'm playing next week too. Next Friday, I'm playing December 3rd, Christmas party. Ho ho ho! Stevie playing Christmas party.
Are you drinking something with caffeine, or like a jolt, or a couple 5-hour energies?
Nope. It's TB energy, fabulous tea, powered like the Energizer, baby.
Right.
Ready to go.
Joe Law said, Hambone.
What's up, Hambone?
So, all right. So our topic this week, as I already revealed.
Yep. Big reveal. Here we go.
Since it's Thanksgiving week here in the United States, and you focus on gratitude a lot with your daily wisdom that you send out. So we want to know what you're grateful for. Why are you grateful for being a musician or just being a human being living and breathing on this planet? Gratitude is the key to anything you want to manifest in your life, any progress you want to make, anything you want to have or do. It all starts with being grateful for where you are, what you do have right now. That can be your only starting point. You can't be miserable with things and expect great things to come to you. So, and there's always things to be grateful for. It's, if you think about it for a second, you can come up with hundreds of things.
Well, and when you're thankful for stuff, Steve, like we always say, then you can't be complaining about things, And if you're complaining about things, you can't be thankful for things. So it's one or the other. When you make the choice and you choose to be grateful and thankful for the things that you do have, you find it a lot less things to complain about, and eventually over time you start to gravitate away from having a mindset and a perspective that would lend you to being, complaining about things, and you have more ownership over your day-to-day things that you choose, your attitude and your reaction to things. And when you're thankful and grateful, it's a lot easier to be kind to people and, to exist, looking at the world from a place where there's an opportunity every day to bring your best to every situation, every encounter you have, is an opportunity for you to bring the best that you can bring. And if you're mindful of that, then you can think about, what's your best reaction or your best, knowledge or wisdom or perspective that you can bring to any situation or someone that you meet, or a kind word to help someone. It's just, like you said, the more you do it and the more you look at the world through that sort of lens, the more you attract that. And it becomes a lot easier to go through the day and not be complaining about things.
That's right. You want to be in that frequency, that vibration. It's all about the vibe, baby. So one thing that I want to say I'm grateful for is that Facebook did this thing with the reels, and it kind of made me have to take a crash course on how to do these.
Yeah.
And the content aside, maybe it's funny, maybe it's not, but learning the mechanics of how to do it, how to film it, how to the right programs to use for the green screen, to edit it, to add the text to it, and to upload it, and it's all I've taken a really crash course on learning how to do it. So I think I've done a pretty decent job in being able to put that together, and I've done a lot of them now. I mean, there's over 20 that I've made. So I was thinking, and I'll say this now, I probably will do it, but I'm going to put together like a tutorial on how to do these, because this is really what is working now for people trying to market themselves, their band, their business, their products, whatever. It's working. It's a really, really good tool. It's really, really popular. So if you have a band or anything, that if you sell anything, if you have a service related to music, you need to get on board with these things and learn how to do them. And it doesn't take too long, but I'm going to give you the fast track to it. So I'm going to put together like a little tutorial thing, and probably do it within the next few days. So it'll be there'll be a charge for it. It's not going to be a lot, but it'll be well worth it to learn this stuff. So I'm really grateful for this whole experience. It's been fun. It's been a trip. And Facebook user says that it's looking good. I don't know who you are.
Looking good, Steve Witchell. Yes, it is indeed.
Lisa said, awesome. So if you are interested in something like that, stay tuned. Let me know right here in the comments too. And just keep your eye out on Cover Band Central, and you'll see that coming up very soon. All right. So let us see. I posted the question in the group. So let us see. Oops, hang on.
Let's see what people are grateful for, Steve.
See what they're grateful for. Okay.
Today on episode 158.
Yes. I'm sorry. It's gotta click this and click this.
What's that? No,
All right. Here we go.
Hey, Scott over here. Scott's asking me, are you sure this is episode 158? Because he thinks it's episode 157. Where are you getting that from, Scotty?
That was last week.
Yeah.
All right. So
sure.
I asked, since it's Thanksgiving week, I want to know what you are grateful for when it comes to being a musician.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't really a question, but then I put a question mark. All right. Anyway, people got it. Kathy Carter said the ability to create, to make people smile, and to move people as only music can. That's a lot right there in one sentence. There's a lot to that, creating and then making people smile and move them. But all good things.
Excellent things to be grateful for, Steve.
Eric Carpenter said, I'm grateful that after decades of doing it, that it still brings me the same joy it did when I started, maybe even more. Excellent.
That is right there. That's huge. That's huge, Steve. Huge.
Jeff Hicks said, for the most part, I have met some really cool people who I still talk to today. Like you and I, Tony, would not know each other if it had not been for
the coolest. Who's cool?
A musical endeavor. And many of my lifelong friends and just general friends are because I play music. Because I play in a band.
La música.
And I'm out there in public and meeting people, and there's many people who are just fans of music.
Making the connections, man. Common ground.
That's right.
Good stuff.
Dan Fowler said, Cover Band Central. It's informative, entertaining, and always the place to come when you need your ego taken down a peg or two.
Hey.
That doesn't make any sense, Dan.
He's thankful for that, Steve. It's keeping him grounded. He's saying Cover Band Central is his place to go to be grounded and be exposed to excellent, new, and cutting-edge and classically influenced material.
To make you realize that you don't know everything.
That's right.
Now I understand.
Or maybe you do know everything and you're just humbled to know that some people know everything also.
Nobody knows everything.
Well, maybe today they don't. But yesterday they did. Something new happened today that they don't know about yet.
Right.
You can't know everything all the time, but you can know everything some of the time.
Okay. Javier Valentiano. I'm grateful to be able to share my music with my uncles, dad, brother, and my kids there. So that's a family thing. He loves, apparently close to his family, and loves to be able to share his music.
That's great. They make music together.
Yeah.
Share the joy of music, Steve. The joyous holiday season is approaching.
Yes, it is joyous. Jack Ross said, I'm grateful to be a band member with the same group of core musicians for over 20 years. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, that's big.
Grateful that we are booked as much as we like, and people seem to enjoy what we do. I enjoy the chemistry that we have and love being part of that team. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Jack. Excellent answer. Yeah, it's tough being in a band. There's a lot of different personalities, and a lot of people will have differences. And if you can find a group of people that you can get along with for that long, for 20 years,
yeah,
you are one of the lucky ones, because it's rare.
No, definitely.
People even that have been together for a long time still sometimes will come to a crossroads for whatever reason. But he's recognizing and giving thanks. Damn it. I'll catch it one of these times.
Yeah, and what great chemistry for being together for that long, and being able to share the same journey for that amount of time, travel on the same road.
That is correct.
Very cool.
All right, I don't want this notification. Vinny's here again. He said, just passing through. Hope you guys have a great Thanksgiving. To you as well.
Yeah, you too, Vinny. Happy Thanksgiving, brother. He's passing through. He's riding
just passing through. He's like, I'm not going to watch an hour of this nonsense.
It's too much wisdom for him, dude. He just can't take that much wisdom in one dose, So he does he does a pass by, grabs a little bite, and then he's upward and onward, and he takes that little chunk with him for a while and chews on it and meditates on it, and boom, tomorrow he has great ideas come from that,
It's either that or I can't handle an hour of you clowns.
Just can't overload them, you know. Well, that's your
Right.
perspective, you know. I tell it like it is.
Okay.
That's your opinion.
Melanie said, I have a few answers, but these days I could play the best club or coolest festival, but nothing honestly brings me the joy I get jamming with my 19-year-old musical son, another family thing, and
Yeah.
sharing the same musical interests with him. He's a naturally gifted guitarist / bassist, and I sing and play percussion. On a bit of a hiatus, recovering from a small stroke. Sorry to hear that, Melanie. But our singing voices are actually very similar in tone and sound amazing together. It's such a special thing. Yeah, I wish I had a sibling or something to sing with. That would be cool. And she also says the other best part is community and the way it connects me to people. So happy holidays.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Excellent. Zona, I like that name. For the love and the peace, music gives me no feeling like it. Excellent, Zona. To hear. Christina, who is definitely the number one participant in the Cover Band Central group. She is at the top of the list, and there is an actual list of how many people of the
top 10. Christina.
Christina's number one. But she says I'm grateful to be a musician. I'm grateful that my amazing drummer / husband managed to create a way for us to rehearse and gig virtually during this pandemic, so that we can still connect to what we love so much. And as much of a pain in the ass as it can be sometimes, I'm grateful for this group. Thank you, Christine. I'm grateful for you. She's a very positive influence on the group. She gets it. She gets my vision, and she comes in and posts every day, and she comments on a lot of stuff. And I'm happy to have Christina around. She keeps things rolling.
And you know what makes her number one even more, Steve?
What's that?
Her husband's a drummer.
Is that it?
That? Come on, man.
If you say so.
Stop the charade. You know, just stop pretending. It's okay. Everyone can admit it. It's all right. It's Thanksgiving. It's time to, be thankful and start new and count our blessings. And instead of wishing you could be a drummer, just acknowledge the fact that those who are, are just great.
I agree.
Thank you.
I love drumming.
Let's continue. I'm sorry. I digress. Sorry.
That's okay. Frank Longobardi. I'm thankful for being able to sing as well as I do, considering I had cancer in the right side of my neck 22 years ago. Good for you, Frank.
Yeah.
Coming out on the other side, healthy.
Greg Wilson. Strong.
Greg Wilson said, thankful for the many friends I have made music with for 55 years. Wow. Yeah. And I'm assuming it doesn't mean the same people, but all the people.
Maybe
like Elam.
Maybe he's been in the band with the same guys for 55 years.
Maybe.
Is that this guy's name Frank, you said? He's
Greg.
Frank in the 55s.
Greg.
Oh, Greg.
Yes. It's on the screen.
Gotcha. Oh, there you go.
Herbert said I had emergency open heart surgery a year ago, and I thank the Most High for not only letting me be on the upper side of the grass, but healthier than I've been in years. Walking 3 miles daily and still being able to play bass. Learned to sing some of my favorite rock steady songs while playing bass a couple years ago, and now I have a band centered around those tunes. Cool. Some folks say, some folks say I'm kind of old to be doing this, but hey, at my age, why shouldn't I be doing what I love? That's right, Herbert. You do what you love. That's why we're alive, right?
That's right.
So who cares about how old you are? It doesn't matter.
It's healthy. Walking 3 miles a day, Steve, Yeah. I had a buddy of mine had a dog named 5 Miles, and he used to this week could tell people he walked 5 miles a day.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
So cool, man. You can never stop learning too. Herbert learned to sing in some of his favorite songs just a couple of years ago. So
Herbie.
Excellent. Donnie Connor just simply said my band. Clark Suter. Clark is a bass player. He's somebody I know, and he's very good. He's a singer too. He said, I'm grateful for 25 years of spectacular music performance and recording experiences. The worst day of music making is better than so many other careers. Best days. Well said, Clark. Clark's a good dude.
Yeah, Clark.
Rob Cooper said, I'm thankful that I finally found someone who wants to play proper punk rock. All right.
There you go.
What is proper punk rock? I'm curious to know.
Probably authentic to the genre and, true to the roots of punk and not some recycled, modernized version. I would think maybe.
What are some examples of proper punk bands? Do the Ramones count?
I'm not a hardcore punk guy, but I'm sure that I mean, they're definitely influenced. They definitely count. Misfits, I think, would count.
Misfits, Sex Pistols.
Sex Pistols. I mean, there's so many punk influenced bands. When you think about it, Kinks were punk influenced. Clash were punk influenced, but I don't think they're hardcore punk bands.
Right.
Like I said, I'm not familiar with a lot of them, but they're definitely more. Mainstream punk bands that I would say like old school, true to the roots of punk. And I think, like you said, Ramones have captured that, and some of the bands that were influenced by the early punk, but definitely Sex Pistols, I think, were the probably the pinnacle of the punk scene at that time.
I wonder if he's playing covers or Rob or originals, proper punk. Jamie is in Wichita, Kansas. And checking in
with the Stang.
And Rick, love that avatar. He said, happy Thanksgiving to all the guitar and bass players, as well as drummers, keyboard players, and singers out there. The world wouldn't be the same without us. That is correct.
That's right. God bless.
Yes. Right. Back to the Facebook.
Yeah.
Bruce Petrell said, lighter equipment. I'm a keyboardist. Ever transport a load in a B3? No, I never have and never would want to. Pretty heavy. All right, somebody's calling. With the phones are lighting up.
Carol, pick that up over there. Yeah, I got a hotline going tonight too, Steve. I forgot to tell you about that. It's
the hotline,
we
the
keep
bad
it under
phone.
wraps, but it's like it's like a telethon going on over here.
Yeah, Jay is happy to have a full schedule, as are many people, I'm sure. And Marianne, again, for the opportunity to play, for the musical gifts I was blessed with, for the bandmates who want to play with me, and especially for my husband and musical partner who shares the whole adventure. Grateful for microphones and PA, so I don't have to strain my voice. Grateful for harmonies, for the talents. She's got a lot. For the talents of other musicians, so I can learn and be inspired by them. And for continuing good health, so I can carry on playing. I'm not deaf. And again, for every opportunity to play. There you go. That's a list for you of things to be grateful for. Good thing to practice, people. Phil Rucci, when you see people dancing, you're grooving, people smiling, and for a few minutes you made their day a little better. And sometimes a lot better. And you made your own day a lot better. Am I right? Am I right?
I'm just looking through something here because there was some calls earlier from these people.
What people?
The telethon.
The telethon. You'll have to expand.
No, never mind. The phone was ringing off the hook before, like we were talking about, and I said it's because everyone was calling about the telethon.
Oh.
Come on, Steve, get with the program here. I know you're busy reading about gratitude, but we just talked about this. Come on.
Okay. Paul is. I said I'm grateful to get to do what I love, as we all are. Don said the teacher who turned me on to bass as a kid. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful for teachers too. All the different teachers in different capacities that I had, whether it was a private lesson teacher or somebody in school, or just people that I worked with or studied with. They're all teachers. We're always students here.
Grasshopper, yes.
Yes, Luann for the chance to play and perform again. And of course, everybody should really kind of be grateful at this point now that things are back to normal-ish.
Yeah, be out playing for sure.
Because we went through a long period of time where we weren't playing at all, and then a long period of time where there was sort of uncertainty. It was half and half, and but now it seems to be most people are vaccinated, I guess, and COVID's not a big deal anymore. I guess I don't really follow
Oh
the
no,
news.
COVID's still a thing. I mean, there's still cases all over the place, but I think people are more, like I said, a lot more people are vaccinated. People have either gotten it and gotten through it, or they're just being more careful about it. But I mean, like I said, the past couple of gigs I've played have been indoors, and nobody's wearing masks anymore. And the places are packed full of people, and everyone's having a good time and drinking and hanging out, and it's a good time.
Like normal again.
Yeah,
right.
Just like it used to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting my.
Except places still are not open, till like 2:00 in the morning anymore, though. Like by 11:00, places are batting. They're closing up.
But that doesn't make any sense, really, as far as
like tomorrow night. I'm playing 8 to 11.
I mean, it's cool to get home early. It's cool to not have to get home at like 3 a.m. But it doesn't.
They're just not doing it.
It just doesn't help anything in particular. But I'm getting my second COVID shot tomorrow. So I'll be done with that after tomorrow. I'm hoping I don't have any bad side effects because I want to enjoy my Thanksgiving day.
Yes.
But we'll see.
Yeah, it might be a little banged up for 12 hours or so.
Yeah, I can.
It happens, you can handle it. You can handle anything, Steve. Come on.
I can. All right. Bob Affett, grateful to do what I love. Simple. John Norman said, it's the last thing in my life I can still do. I'm grateful to those that call me to cover shows. Cool. Let's see what he plays. It looks like a guitar player or a bass player.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to tell there, but excellent
job.
job. Nathan said, I'm thankful for a great working band and open venues. Yes, just like we were saying.
Yeah.
It's nice to be back there out
Yeah.
in the world. Leah said, I'm grateful to be as old as I am, 65. That's not that old. And still credible enough to be in a band. Sure. You'll be credible as long as you keep doing it. Leah. You're only going to get better as you get older. All right. So that's the end of the line. I need to refresh.
Give it a refresh, Steve. See what people are grateful for.
Got one more. Thankful God has let me live long enough to be in good enough shape to play at all. That's from Glenn Lee. Cool. So this doesn't get.
That's the interesting thing, though, Steve. Not to cut you off, is that a lot of people said that they're able to still play music, right? And they're healthy enough to play music, right? And it's one thing. It's not like a contact sport where you have a limited time where you could be in your prime and then that's it. Music you can play as long as you can continue to still function.
Yeah, you could do it without even having to stand up.
Yeah, that's right. If you're a drummer, you're sitting down all the time anyway, so it's all good.
That's right. The laziest person in the band.
No doubt.
I'm just kidding. So that's it. I was hoping
bang on stuff. It's easy.
I was hoping we would have more answers from that, but people
are busy. Steve, it's Thanksgiving, man.
That's
ready,
true.
Traveling and getting ready to gig. A lot of people gigging tomorrow night. Like I said, I saw every place I passed in the past couple of days. Everyone had a band or DJ, but there was something going on for Thanksgiving Eve, for sure.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, because last year there was nothing. Nada.
Right. Last year was 2020.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's all seeming, even like in popular culture on TV and all that stuff, it's all seeming kind of back to normal. So yay. Trending that way. So what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
We're hosting, so we're having people come here. So that'll be nice. Karen was baking all day, so be cooking all day tomorrow.
Nice. I'm sure it smells fantastic.
Oh yeah. It's definitely smells like Thanksgiving. Ready to go.
Love it.
Yep.
I just had to put my turkey in the water to thaw it because it's still rock solid.
Yeah, you gotta let it defrost.
Yes. I'll be cooking a big Thanksgiving dinner as I do every year, even though it's just me.
Yes. That's right. But you could go all out and treat yourself. So that is
good.
I do. Be thankful for the fact that you're able to cook.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. I watch football all day and eat snacks and drink wine and make food.
Hang out and give
So
thanks.
I'm really hoping that the vaccine doesn't knock
Doesn't
me
hinder
out
your ability, yeah.
for that. And then I think Friday I'm probably going to do the tutorial.
Well, if you're all
Reels
banged up, you
thing.
could just go to KFC and get like a $5 bucket thing, have a little snack, and then go right into doing your tutorial.
I could, but what would I do with this turkey?
Eat it over the weekend, once you're not banged up anymore from the shot.
Well, the banged up part might prevent me from even being able to cook it.
Well, that's what I mean. If you're banged up, if you get it tomorrow and you're all banged up Thursday and Friday, you won't be able to eat it, and cook it until Saturday. So I'm saying you could order out and get some KFC in the meantime.
Right.
Mashed potatoes, Boston Market, something like that down your way,
Yeah, and just do nothing but lounge on the
Popeyes.
couch.
That's right.
On Thanksgiving Day.
Just chill.
I have a hard time with that, man. I have a hard time doing nothing.
You do. I'm sure you do.
Why are you sure?
It's very hard because I know I have a hard time doing nothing either until I'm doing nothing, and then I realize how much I enjoy it.
Well, what is nothing?
Like if you're just sitting down relaxing for a couple of minutes doing nothing. Like you're not on your phone, you're not watching TV. You might just sit down and relax for a second, or you might be outside having a cup of coffee in the morning and just hanging out and enjoying being outside with nature and sun rising and things of that nature. That's doing nothing. I mean, you're doing something. You're enjoying your surroundings, but you're not physically engaged in some sort of activity that requires your attention.
Okay. You're right.
What do you think about that?
Yes. That's
you're
what
not engaged in an activity that requires your full attention. So you're able to then observe what's around.
That's a good definition.
That's right. I got all this.
Yeah, I found a quiz thing. I found like when we first started doing the video. For those of you who don't know, the first episode we did a Stump the Drummer.
Stump the Drummer.
And that was basically trivia questions asked to Tony.
Yeah.
And I had them all. I did the graphics. I put a lot of work into it. Had it all on the screen. But now I found like an app, basically, that can do that.
Stump the Drummer app?
No, a quiz, like doing a quiz with StreamYard, doing a quiz
show.
Yeah. But it's not only with you, it's with the audience where they can answer.
See that?
So yeah, I'm gonna kind of implement that as soon as I figure out how to do it. All right, I got nothing else to talk about.
And then stay tuned, folks. There'll be a tutorial for how to do that quiz show on TV too. Welcome to the CBC quiz show.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. I got nothing else to talk about.
When you get an answer right, does it go? That's right.
That's right.
That's right. And I go.
That's right.
Got all kinds of stuff going on over here. It's great.
That's right.
I should have have a ton of these little video clips, and instead of talking, I'll just answer with the little video thing. And
Steve, how was your week this week? That's right.
Yeah, I don't have an answer.
Right on.
All right. Looks like we have some more comments.
I don't know. Hey now, happy Thanksgiving.
Donna said, I'm going to record an original song in a pro studio the next couple of weeks. I'm super grateful because it's a lifelong dream. Old one for me. I'm 58. Life is good. Awesome. Way to stick with it, Donna.
Your best life now, Donna.
Yes. Way to stick with that dream and not let it anybody deter you from achieving that goal. Way to go.
It's about to come to fruition.
That's right. You just got to hold the vision and be grateful for where you are. That's it. Speaking of, we're probably going to have Bob Doyle back on. soon.
Bob Doyle, come on down.
It was 3 years ago that we did an interview with Bob.
Wow, that went fast.
Yeah, and that was the audio only thing.
Yeah,
and it was great. But he's got a new, he's got a program that I'm involved with that I participate in, and he's got some new offerings for it. So we'll have him back on. But it'll be the first time we have him on is in video.
Yeah, Video Land.
And he could tell you,
welcome.
Yes, he could tell you all about the whole gratitude thing and more.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Let's see if there's any new comments.
We have an Attitude of Gratitude episode with Bob Doyle.
Right.
We could talk about all things gratitude, Steve.
Well, that and more, yes.
And much more.
Yes. All right.
That's right. What else you got there, Stevie boy?
I got nothing. That's it. I'm out of
nothing. Uh-oh. I think I hear the theme song start. Pete's trying to start the theme song at the end. He's trying to cut us short. 13 minutes, buddy. Calm down over there.
It is a holiday week, so we can.
I know, these guys are all upset about not having off on Friday.
They're not off on Friday?
No, we had a lot of work to do.
All right. I didn't mention before, but it's always good to mention coverbandcentral.com. You sign up for a profile for your band or both. It is free. That's where all everything Cover Band Central.
Everything Cover Band Central
is
centralized here.
Right. It's the central location of the central.
Center of the Cover Band universe.
Oh, I got something.
What do you got, Steve? What do you got?
I watched the Alanis Morissette documentary last night. Have you seen it?
No. Is it on Netflix?
It is on HBO Max.
Okay. I don't know if I have that.
It's called Jagged. It's basically about her rise to the fame of that first album, Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah.
Which is it sold 33 million albums. It is the second best-selling album of the 90s, I believe. I'm sorry to hear this, Kurt. He said this page really spams my newsfeed, even though I didn't like it or follow it. But I love good work on making this page. You're welcome, Kurt.
It spams his newsfeed.
That's it. Well, he's saying that basically people that he's friends with are sharing things from here, probably.
So it's clogging up his newsfeed.
And he sees a lot of things, and it's not really spamming, but he likes it. He's like, all right, this is good taste in spam.
He didn't know he liked it until he liked it.
I guess so.
It's good.
But so Alanis came out publicly and said that she wasn't happy with the way this documentary presented her or the situation or whatever.
So it was unauthorized, or she wasn't?
No, it was completely authorized. She's a big part of the whole thing. She's today, modern day, interviewed her throughout the whole thing. And
after it was all done, said she didn't dig the way it came out.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know exactly why, but I'm a big fan of that album. I was when it first came out. I was working at Sam Goody then when that album came out, and I saw her live several times when that album came out, and then the following years. And the band was fantastic. She was great. And in the documentary, there's a lot of live footage from back then, from 95, which, by the way, is 26 years ago, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it still feels new to me, that album, and it was 26 years ago.
Right, yeah.
And Taylor Hawkins was, the Foo Fighters drummer, was Alanis' drummer, that first that first tour. And they toured for 18 months.
Yeah.
A year and a half of, and
there was an article with Taylor where he said that was like where he got from like being an okay, pretty good drummer to being like a great drummer, because he was on tour for 18 months and it was like going to school, for a year and a half.
Right. And they all it's really cool. If you're a fan of her or a fan of that album, it's a really cool documentary to watch, to see that, because they start at the very beginning with her was as a little kid when she was in like singing competitions and stuff like that, and then the attention she got. She's from Canada, but she was kind of a little star as a kid in Canada, and the way she approached her songwriting, the way she hooked up with Glenn Ballard, who produced and wrote songs on that first record, and seeing the transition when the record comes out, and You Ought to Know started to break, and the band was already out playing. They were on a van tour,
right?
And then all of a sudden they were, playing huge, like,
Yeah,
I mean, it was like that.
right. Yeah, from being in the van in the bar to being in an arena.
Yeah. So that must have been a really, really exciting experience as a musician, and it's cool to sort of watch it and live vicariously through those guys.
That's cool.
I met the guitar player, and for the life of me, I can't think of his name right now. But he was the guitar player from the beginning, and then the second tour, I met him because my friend Janet had been singing backup with Liz Phair. And, she was a networker. Rest in peace, Janet. She was somebody who was a hard worker, and she would try to network as much as she could with people and try to get up there with the big names. And I got to go see, it was Alanis Morissette and Tori Amos at Jones Beach on Long Island. And is that the Taco Bell thing?
Sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
And grab him. I got two guys trying to leave right now. What are you doing over here, Steve?
Yeah. And I got to go backstage, and I met that guitar player. I actually met him on a couple occasions. The guy who was in Alanis' band, and he's in the prominently featured in the movie. And I was several feet away from Tori Amos too when she walked by. It was cool being backstage at Jones Beach, because I had gone to that venue so many times to see shows.
Yeah,
and I'd never venue. And that was the first time I went backstage in this big, beautiful area, because it's right on the water.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet Alanis, so I had wanted to, but I did not. But yeah, good documentary. I recommend it. It's called Jagged. It's on HBO Max, and it's a movie. It's an hour and a half, and it's really good if you like that sort of thing. And I did want to watch the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction thing, and I haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
And I think that's on HBO Max too. Yeah, Donna said, "Holy shnikes, 26 years ago, soundtrack of my life at the time." Yeah.
Never did get to see her. I saw her once in the city. It was after, I think it was the second album, because Gary Novak was the drummer. Taylor had moved on.
Yeah, I remember seeing them on SNL, and I've looked for that performance. For some reason, I can't find it anywhere. I should try to look again. But they did Hand in My Pocket, and Maybe You Ought to Know on Saturday Night Live, and it was Taylor playing drums. And I remember seeing that. That was really the first time I saw him, and I was like, man, that guy's good. He was just so into it and so rocking.
Yeah. High
energy. And when you see this documentary and you see them playing live, and they talk about it, like how much energy they had, because they were young, it was exciting. Alanis for a time was the biggest thing, that time in 1995.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they were
huge.
And they were just like in the center of it all, and they were having an absolute blast on stage. You could see it in their faces and in the way they're performing. And yeah, it's cool.
Well, that was like a thing I read about Van Halen when they played the US Festival, and I think it was 83.
83, yeah.
And same thing. They were like on top of the world at that time. They were like as huge as huge could get. They were opening up for I think it was Journey and somebody else, and they said night after night they were blowing every band that they opened up for. They were blowing off the stage, and then within like 6 months they were headlining, and then they were playing the US Festival. So same thing. They went from playing all these clubs, and then they put out Van Halen 1, and then all of a sudden it was just like boom, and then they were worldwide, and they were just like you said, top of the world,
Yeah.
and young, young guys. They were like in their early 20s,
Right. Yeah, it is scary that we don't stay that young. I wish we stayed young.
Yeah,
I wish
what a
I
ride
did.
though, man, But it's funny because when you're young and you're going through that, you enjoy it, but you don't really appreciate it. And then you look back on it and you're like, yeah, that was a great time. And then, like you said, you're like, yeah, that was a great time 26 years ago.
Crazy. There were record stores then. I
good
worked in a
times.
record store.
That's right.
There was no AOL. There was no Google. There was no
There's no
Facebook.
record stores anymore, Steve.
There was no MySpace even.
Yeah, but you know what's cool? There is still vinyl stores, and there is still some die-hard music stores out there. They do exist, and more than a few. There's quite a bit when you start getting into that underground vinyl scene, like we did, 2 years ago. My boys got really into vinyls, and we started going and started finding all these places to buy vinyls, and they're all over the place. I mean, you can buy them online too, but there's a lot of these record stores that are actually still, in existence that are music stores.
Sure. Yeah, I've seen some around.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple. I think there's one actually in New Orleans, in the quarter, that I've never actually been to. So I should venture out once in a while and check things out like that.
Steve's Music Closet.
Yeah, I don't have
Sponsored
any of
by
my
CBC.
I don't have any of my records anymore.
Nothing.
None.
You got rid of
gone.
everything. All gone.
I did. Well, not everything. Records.
Yeah.
I still have cassettes and CDs.
And some 8-tracks.
No 8-tracks. I don't think. No. Maybe I do. I don't know.
I have suitcases of cassettes, dude.
Do you?
Yeah.
Suitcases.
Yes.
That's how you store them?
I'm just saying the quantity of cassettes I have would fill up suitcases.
Right on.
Old jams, old shows, all kinds of stuff.
Very cool. I have boxes.
There you go.
All right, everybody. Have yourself a great holiday weekend. Remember to be thankful on Thursday, but be grateful every day. It really does transform your life if you want good things to come your way. Know what you want, be clear on your goal, and be grateful for what you have right now. That's really all you need. There's other things.
Simple.
There's other things that work, but those things will do the trick.
Be thankful for the present moment that we all live in, right? Don't worry about the future. Forget about the past for now. Just be thankful for the very time we are existing right now.
That's right.
There you go. Yes. And like I said before, make sure to sign up for a free profile for you, your band, or both. Coverbandcentral.com is where it's at. There's a news feed on there. It works just like Facebook. You can create a profile. You can make friends. You can join groups. You can send messages. You can post on the wall. It really, there's no learning curve to it. And it's all free and will always be free. And there's a whole lot of people in there. People are posting every day on that news feed. So go in there and check that out. There's also a whole library of articles that I've written, and a meme gallery, and gosh, just about everything. I mean, there's so much that it's hard to even fit it all in.
Electric vehicle charging stations. I mean, you name it, we got it.
Yeah, your Tesla plug-in is right there.
That's right, CBC.
And also, the link is in the description for YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's where all these videos are archived, all the ones that we've done in the past, and all the ones we will do in the future. You'll get notified when we go live if you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, listening. Again, happy Thanksgiving.
Subscribe to the Describe.
And have yourself a great weekend, and we will see you next week.
Central.